What if I told you that there's a small European country right now where every single citizen is a paper millionaire? And it's not because of a lottery or AI, it's because a few decades ago, they made one single financial decision that changed their future forever. And honestly, it's one of the coolest financial stories I've ever heard. I'm talking about Norway. And yes, they have Vikings and Northern Lights, but they also have the single largest sovereign wealth fund in the world. They're currently sitting on $1.7 trillion and they own about 1.5% of every listed company on the planet. We're talking Apple, Microsoft, Nestle. But I'm not telling you this just because it's a cool story. It is, but I'm telling you because the story genuinely changed my brain about how I think about money and wealth, and it gave me one simple lesson that I've been using to build my own wealth, and maybe you and I can be one of those millionaires as well. Let me tell you the story, but more importantly, I'll tell you how you and I can use the same logic, the same one trick, to change our financial future forever. Let's get started. So in 1969, not that long ago, workers in the North Sea hit something that would change Norway forever. They struck oil. And of course, they're not the first country to ever strike oil. But what they did next is probably the single most important financial story you've never heard of. Because that decision they made in that moment is one I've been applying to my life ever since I heard it. Now, at the time, Norway was a relatively modest country. Not poor, but nothing special. Then suddenly they had access to one of the biggest oil reserves ever discovered in Europe. And according to history, most countries did exactly the same thing. They found money and they spent it. They built things, funded governments, paid off debts, and in the case of Alaska, they even gave it back to their citizens as a dividend. And for a while, it's great and lavish. And then the oil would run out or the price would crash and those countries would be left with nothing, maybe even worse because they'd become accustomed to a standard of living that oil could no longer provide. They called it the resource curse. And it's the idea that countries that discover enormous natural wealth actually end up worse off than countries that didn't. We can think of Nigeria and Venezuela as countries that had billions in oil revenues and are now in serious economic trouble. But it's not just them. Think of the stories you hear of people who won the lottery, had huge wealth all at once, and within 5 years are back to the same lifestyle they had before or worse. So Norway saw history, and they paused and decided to do something radical that had never been done before to that scale. Before spending a penny of that oil money, they sat down and asked themselves a question. They asked, who does this money belong to? And the answer they came to was not the current government, it wasn't even the people alive today. It was every Norwegian, past, present, and future. The money belonged to the state in perpetuity, not to whoever happened to be in power at the time. So before the money arrived, they built a plan. They created the Government Pension Fund Global in 1990, and they made a rule that every penny of oil revenue had to go directly into the fund, not into the government's budget or people's pockets. But then, they made the most important rule of all that literally changed everything. So guys, quick break. In the video today, we're talking about building wealth, and I just wanted to share our wealth tracker tool that we have in the YouTube shop. I've tried simple spreadsheets and apps which never really connect to everything and are complicated to use, so over a couple of years I created the ultimate wealth tracking spreadsheet. You don't have to do anything except plug in your data once a month, and the powerful spreadsheet automatically provides you with data, graphs, charts, and comparisons to show you where your wealth is and whether it's going up. I use it every single month to track my investments, dividend income, pension, savings accounts, everything. And my only goal is each month to make this line here go up, which tracks my overall wealth. It's the tool I use to make sure I'm going in the right financial direction. It's available in the store for $8 or about £6, and you can use it and clear it every single year. So check it out below. Okay, so the most important rule of all that changed everything. They said that only the returns from the fund could ever be spent. Never the principal, never the actual money itself. So they said the government could only spend 4% of the fund. And this might sound similar to the 4% rule I talk about in some of my videos. Later on, they lowered it to 3% because the fund had grown so large that was all they needed. But the idea was simple. You earn nice oil money, you invest it globally, and only the interest, only the growth that the investments generate gets used for the country's lifestyle. the original pot stays untouched forever. Now just think of the generational wealth that creates. Imagine if your parents or grandparents or great-grandparents had done that before you. But let me tell you some numbers. The fund started the first deposit of £240 million in 1996. A lot for you and I, but not huge for a country. And now today, the fund is worth around £1.3 trillion. You can Google this, but Norway's sovereign wealth fund owns roughly 1.5% of every listed company on this planet. Apple, Microsoft, Nestle, you name it, Norway probably owns a piece of it. And here is the kicker that blew my mind when I read this. Investment returns have now overtaken oil revenues as the main source of the fund's growth. They are now making more money from the returns on their investments than they ever could from pumping oil out of the ground. The money itself is working harder than the resource. Every Norwegian citizen, all 5.5 million of them, is effectively a millionaire on paper through their share of this fund. And the whole thing runs on one brilliantly simple idea: don't touch the money, only spend what it earns you. Now let's break it down. You and I are everyday people. We probably work our job and bring in a paycheck, right? So let's say that our paycheck was oil money. I wish it was oil money, but let's say that's our steady source of wealth. And on top of that, we may get unexpected money. So maybe we get a bonus or an inheritance or some birthday money or a rebate from the taxman, whatever it is. Now what if we didn't treat that as income? What if we didn't take our work bonus and buy a flat screen TV or use birthday money on a holiday? But what if, like Norway, you asked yourself a different question? Instead of asking, what can I spend this on? You asked, who does this money actually belong to? What if you decided it belonged to your future self? What if you decided it wasn't really yours to spend at all, and that you were just the person responsible for looking after it for the version of you that exists 5, 10 or 20 years from now? Because here's the thing, if you invest £200 into a well-diversified portfolio and it grows at a reasonable rate and you only ever spend the returns, then that £200 isn't £200, it's £10 a year every single year for the rest of your life. But let me give you a real example. I've been doing some version of that for a few years now, and I have an investment portfolio of around £16,000. I've made about £3,000 of that from growth alone in 18 months, and it pays me £730 in dividends a year. And if I draw 4% on my ETFs, that brings it to £870 a year for the rest of my life. And this is just the beginning. Over the years, the growth and the dividends and the returns compound. And if you keep going, keep not touching the principal and keep only spending the interest, then one day you wake up and your portfolio could be generating higher returns than your job. So the fund is outperforming the oil. The money itself starts working harder than you are. Or maybe it just pays for your holiday or your kids' school fees or your monthly bills. And well, that is what financial retirement looks like, when your returns are paying your bills, not your job. That's why I found this story so powerful and so interesting, because we all have that choice every time money comes into our account to ask ourselves, who is this money actually for? Is it for me now, or is it for the life I want to build? Norway became rich, not because they had the most oil or the smartest people. It's because they changed how they viewed money when it arrived and made it work for them instead. One simple trick: leave the principal and spend the earnings. Norway's first deposit was £240 million, now it's worth 1.4 trillion. Your first deposit might be £100, but that's how it all starts. And that is it for today's video. The only thing I ask if you enjoyed this is to like the video and share with a friend or a family member, and subscribe if you haven't already. So YouTube has new AI which predicts what video you would like to watch next, and this is the one that it recommends for you. Check out your wealth tracker in the link below, and I'll see you next Wednesday as always on Casual Cash. Cheers.